You guys, I wanted to come and share something with you today because it's something that is very dear to my heart, and it makes me excited every time I talk about it. I know a lot of you know how last year I was struggling a lot with my health. I also know some of you were able to stand in joy with me when I was also healed of those same health issues. But for those of you who don't know, it was last year, the end of March, that I was under a lot of stress and I wasn't feeling quite right, so I went and got my blood drawn. And it turns out that I was having an autoimmune disease start up. This was the second time this had actually happened to me. And basically what happens is it's an autoimmune disease where my own body turned against myself and was breaking down, in this particular disease, it was breaking down my muscles and tissues. So the consequence for this, for me, was that if not treated, which there is no cure, you can really only try to treat it. And I really don't want to get back on treatment. But if you didn't treat it, and this is what happened to me, within a matter of just weeks, my body deteriorated so badly that I was in a wheelchair. And not only that, but then the doctor had to take me out of school just because of how bad a condition I was in. And you guys, this was just less than, when I do the math, this was a year ago. It was actually on my 18th birthday. I remember laying in bed. I watched movies with my mom, and because at this time I wasn't even able to go to school. I was just laying there. My mom had to help feed me, help get me dressed, and as a person who turned 18, this was not fun at all. But I look back, and today I'm walking. Today I'm not the same. I'm not in that wheelchair. And it was actually my 19th birthday this year. I was thinking, wow, God is so amazing, because I was able to go sightseeing, hang out with my friends, do everything I couldn't do the year before. But so I really wanted to share with you guys why I'm so excited about this, why I love sharing it, because it was only because of God that this happened. I actually came to a set of services at Joshua Media Ministries with Apostle David E. Taylor. And at these services here in Taylor, Michigan, I felt the power of God so strong, just like I have in every service that I come to with Apostle Taylor. But this time the power of God was so strong, and I'm sitting in that wheelchair, and at the end of service I stood up. And this was a step of faith in and of itself, because before this I needed my mom to help me do everything, even eat my food. So to stand up, that was a big step for me. And I stood up, and I didn't feel any of the pain I had. My muscles that were tightened and preventing me from walking and standing up, they loosened. I could feel it like it snapped. And then I started walking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can walk. So then I started running, and people, I'm telling you, I have not been the same since then. Actually, the very next day, I was so excited. And you guys know how much I love shoes. The next day, I wore heels to the church service. And that in of itself was just amazing. It's something I'll never forget. But you guys, I wanted to tell you this because I know a lot of you, actually even my friends on Facebook, you guys yourself are struggling with health issues, or know someone who's struggling with health issues. A couple of my friends on Facebook, I know you have Lyme's disease, and I've been praying for you. But I want to encourage you guys that are sick, that have illnesses just like I did, may even be in a wheelchair, that God still does miracles today, and I'm a witness of that. I'm a walking, living witness, and it's only because of Him that I was healed. And thanks to the sacrifices Apostle Taylor's made and his obedience to God having these services, people just like me, people in wheelchairs, but people even worse off than that, people with tumors literally on their deathbeds are getting healed. I've seen it firsthand, but I'm also a witness and a testimony of that. So I want to let you guys know about that. Just encourage you, stay having faith. Stay trusting God, because He hasn't given up on you, so you shouldn't give up on Him. But also, I want you guys to take a step of faith, because if I hadn't have stood out of that wheelchair and took that literal step of faith, I may have not been able to walk. But I took that step of faith, and God carried me the rest of the way. So I want you all to take that step of faith. Come out to the crusade against cancer we're having here in August 10th through the 12th. Take a step of faith to make it here. Whatever you're dealing with, whether it's Lyme disease, like I know a couple of you, my friends are, whether it's a family member with cancer, whether you're in a wheelchair, on crutches or canes, come here. Take the step of faith, because God still does miracles today, and I know He can heal you. I want to see all my friends healed, all their family members healed, because I know God is capable of that. So I want to stand in faith with you. If you have anything you might need a prayer for, anything you need, call or message me. I want to tell you more about it, because God is so amazing. Honestly, it's only because of Him that I'm here today. My health, there was no cure for that disease I had. You could only treat it. And I was actually on the same treatment as cancer patients are. It was such a hard treatment, but God's treatment is so much better because he not only healed me and allowed me to walk that out, it was actually an instantaneous miracle. I didn't have to be treated for days and weeks and months, even years. It was one moment I was in a wheelchair and the next I was walking and running. That's the kind of power that our God walks in today, and that's the kind of power I want you to see. So come out here August 10th through the 12th. I can't wait to see you here. Bye-bye.